The wait is over, and the marathon is about to begin. From the first tip-off on Monday all the way to the final buzzer in April, we're diving headfirst into another season of college basketball, and the very first day is always the most dangerous. The rosters you think you know are illusions, transformed by the transfer portal and new systems, creating a landscape riddled with traps and hidden value. Last season, we navigated that chaos to the tune of a documented 207-154 record with our premium selections, a 57.34% win rate that proves finding an edge from day one is possible. So, where do we even begin on a card where so many teams are complete unknowns? Let's look past the big names and find the spots where the numbers and the situation tell a more interesting story. Our first test comes from the Field of 68 Marathon, where the Drake Bulldogs, a 27-win team from a year ago, are a heavy favorite. But look closer, and this team is a ghost of its former self. A new head coach and a roster with 0 returning players from last season create a massive cohesion problem against a Northern Arizona team that's been quietly building. The Lumberjacks have increased their win total for 3 straight years, from 12 to 14 to 18, and they return a core that was strong on the glass and took care of the ball. In a neutral site opener, that stability is priceless, making the points with Northern Arizona incredibly tempting. Later, a top 5 team in St. John's takes the floor, but is laying a massive number for a season opener. Remember last year's matchup with Quinnipiac. For 30 minutes, it was a fight, with the Bobcats actually leading at halftime. Now, St. John's returns just 1 starter and has a roster full of new, albeit talented, parts to integrate, including Bryce Hopkins who is returning from a major injury. Quinnipiac, on the other hand, brings back the best player in the MAC in Amari Monroe, a bona fide scorer who averaged over 18 points per game, and they are the favorites to win their conference. In a revenge spot with this many points, the Bobcats are a live dog to keep this closer than the public expects. The nightcap features the defending champion Florida Gators, but they are walking into a buzzsaw against an Arizona team that might be severely underrated at 13th in the nation. While Florida's frontcourt is arguably the best in the country, their backcourt is a question mark, relying on new pieces like Boogie Fland in a system that demands cohesion. Arizona counters with Jaden Bradley, a proven playmaker who averaged over 12 points per game, and a defense that showed significant improvement as last season progressed. In a neutral site game where experience in the backcourt could be the difference, the value clearly lies with Arizona plus the points in what should be a tightly contested battle. One of the biggest spreads of the night belongs to Auburn, but this isn't your typical SWAC pushover. Bethune-Cookman has assembled what could be considered a SWAC super team, headlined by Drexel Bradley, a transfer who averaged nearly 20 points per game and shot 39% from 3 last season. They are deep, experienced, and arguably the most talented team in the conference. Meanwhile, Auburn doesn't return a single starter and is under the guidance of a new head coach in Stephen Pearl. While the Tigers are talented, giving this many points to a team with Bethune-Cookman's firepower in Game 1 is a risky proposition. Finally, we head to Vegas for a showdown where the traditional script is flipped. Villanova, a program known for soft season openers, is suddenly an underdog against a top 10 BYU squad. The Cougars, under Kevin Young, run an NBA-style offense that was top 10 in adjusted efficiency last season, boasting a top 5 ranking in 2-point shooting. They are built to score in bunches. Villanova is implementing a new system under Kevin Willard and has significant production to replace. In a game where BYU can light up the scoreboard and push the pace, asking a rebuilding Villanova team to keep up is a tall order, making the Cougars the clear side to cover the number as this exciting first day of the season comes to a close. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden narratives of opening night, you're in the right place. At Beyond the Box Score, we break down the games within the game. So, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our daily breakdowns all season long. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop your own dark horse Final Four pick or the game you're watching closest tonight in the comments below.